Yeah, be like. So
on mute still.
I can do it. Okay. Um,
Uh,
Ashlam, Mausa, you have.
Shalom Yabashin Makatha.
Is it? Yeah, he's on.
Shalom Master, can you hear?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Alright. So this is the ISUPK one-day history class. We have classes on Tuesday, Brotherhood class, Wednesday, law class, Thursday we've got the scripture breakdown class, and Friday we've got the Lashon Kadash. Today we're going to get into the true history about the royal family, facts that most people don't really know about the royal family, and we're going to get into that today and show you what you think about the royal family today isn't facts. The real history will reveal to you the true facts, the true history about the royal family. And it's a fitting time to get into it. I mean, the Queen died recently. You know, everyone's mind's on the royal family. So let's get into the history, man. What we got?
All right, so we got the first one. Let me screen share that. All right, so this is from the history.com. Amosa, are you able to see that from there, or it's a bit too fine? Oh, it came out.
It dropped out.
Yeah. Amosa, you able to read that from there, or is the writing a bit too fine?
Right, it's a little bit too fine, but bring it up. Let me see. I can bring it up on my screen.
How about now? I've zoomed in some.
I haven't seen nothing on my screen.
1 second, let me. I'll stop the screen share. I'll do it again. How about now?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, British King George V changed royal surname. On June the 9th, 1917, during the third year of World War One, British King George V ordered the British royal family to dispense with the use of German titles as surnames, changing the surname of his own family.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
Can
Oh,
you
this
read?
side. This sorry.
Master, could you start from the top again, please?
Oh, sorry about that. British King George V changed royal surname on June the 19th, 1917, during the third year of World War
One.
One, British King George V ordered the British royal family to dispense with the use of German titles and surnames, changing the surname of his own family, decidedly German Saxon Coburg, Gotha, to Windsor.
So there you go, man. The original surname of the royal family was Saxe Colbert Gotha, which is German, man. And it's Slovakia.
And if I can add,
Well,
that sounds so German. That sounds like some Nazi Hitler name. You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying.
Come on. And what's funny is in the UK, many people think the Queen of England is English. Like, you know what I mean? When really she's not even of their descent. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. She's not even British, man. She doesn't have no British heritage whatsoever. They changed their name to Windsor, trying to appear British. When originally they're from Germany, man. You know what I mean? They're frauds, man. Fraudulent people, man. Understand? So when we're talking about, oh, by honoring the Queen, we're honoring Britain because we come from Britain. You're not honoring Britain because they're German, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not even British whatsoever. Read on, Marcel.
Kalawan, Kalawan Khan, the second sons of Prince Edward of Wales, later King Edward VII, and Alexander of Denmark, and the grandson of Queen Victoria. George was born in 1865 and embarked on a naval career before becoming heir to the throne in 1892 when his soldier's brother Edward died of pneumonia. The following year,
So
George
they,
married the German mm, the
so is that,
German Princess Mary of Teck.
okay. So is that when they came?
That's right.
So they came to Britain in 1982. They migrated from Germany, man. So they're actually immigrants, man. You know what I'm saying? Claiming to be the rulers of England, man. You know what I'm saying? So when people are tell black people, oh, go back to where you come from, you need to tell that to the royal family, man.
That's right.
You need to go tell them to go back to Germany, man, because they're not originally from here. Read on.
Kalawan Khan. The, the German Princess Mary of Teck is cousin, a granddaughter of King George III, who had previously been intended for Edward. The couple had six children, including the future Edward VIII and George VI, who took the throne in 1936 after his brother dedicated, abdicated to marry the American divorce Wallis.
So
Wallace.
like, if, if I'm not mistaken, then so these people don't descend from like King Henry the Eighth and all that. These
Nope.
people don't even descend from the history, the true royal historians that they get us to research in school. They don't descend from King Henry the Eighth. They don't descend from um, King James and them and they descend from random people in Germany, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no heritage in Britain. So why are our tax dollars going to these people that it don't even come from here, man? Our tax dollars go to some random people that can migrate here from Germany, man. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't stop paying. We only just recently stopped paying for the insured slaves that got relinquished in our tax dollars. You know what I mean? We only just stopped paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All our tax money is just going to thieves, man, and frauds, man. But read on.
No one can. As the new Duke of York, George was made to abandon his navy in the career in the Slovakia in the navy. He became a member of the House of Lords and received a political education. When his father died in 1910, George ascended to the British throne as King George V.
So there you go, man. That's the true history of the royal family, man. They don't really come from England. They come from Germany, man. They descend from Germany, man. So they're frauds, man. When we're thinking they're British and they're a royal British family, they're a royal British family, man. They're German, man. German. Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, and also it's heavy. Like, how can you hold a flag that deep down is not yours? How can you represent it and what I mean, someone calling himself the king or the queen of England, and deep down that's not even your roots.
Right,
It shows you that it's all about the money, really. Because why would you do that?
right,
It's natural that you want to be with yours, and her people are German.
right,
I mean, she should be the queen of Germany, but because England, the British Empire, is more richer, they don't have a problem being the royal family of England.
right, right. Malasar, get me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 16. Oh, why you get it? Did you say one?
Yeah, just like that's right. I'll read it. Want me to break down read this paragraph through it?
Yeah.
All right. So, with the outbreak of World War One in the summer of 1914, strong anti-German feelings within Britain caused sensitivity among the royal family about its German roots. So, that way. Um, uh, so you know what I mean? So even this part right here is showing you that why they changed their name to Windsor, because England was feeling some way about them, like we're fighting the Germans, and you got German last names, so they was feeling away like shit, like damn. But it shows you that it's like a chameleon. They change how they are, and look, you change your last name,
Right.
like your last name represents you. You really, you're not meant to change your last name, but with them, because wherever the money is and the power is, that's where this family is gonna be. Because people felt strongly about their anti-German roots, they just changed their name to a more English name.
Right.
So Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, also a grandson of Queen Victoria, was the king's a, a cousin. The queen herself was German.
Mhm.
As
The Queen was German, man, not British, man. So I don't know where they're going with Queen of England, shit, man. I don't know where they're going with Queen of England. How can she be Queen of England when she's German, man? Sorry, carry on.
as a result, on June 19th, 1917, the king decreed that the royal surname was thereby changed from Saxe Coburg Gotha to Windsor.
There you go, man. Their last name was changed to Windsor from a German name. So there you go, man. They're frauds, man. And you see, that's just an example of how that person has it cushy, man. They can just go anywhere and take over our country and nobody don't say nothing about it.
That's right.
They can just go anywhere and sit at the top of the hierarchy, get free tax dollars, benefit off everything, sit down on their ass doing nothing, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And getting paid for it, man. And that's the wickedness that the ISUPK preach against, man. Their oppressor has it nice, man. Whereas our people, we have it bad, man. We have it terrible, man. We're at the bottom of society, man. Wow. These Germans can just migrate over here and live cushy, man. You know what I'm saying? They get to just walk up in next people's countries, take their diamonds, their resources, wear their jewels, eat that good food. You see how say she was living a good life, man. Because she lived to 95 years old. You see, our nuns, see, our elders, they don't live to no 95 years old because they ain't eating that good food. They ain't getting that good medical health. You know what I'm saying? They're living low, man, because they ain't an oppressor. They ain't no Edomites, man. The white man has it good, man. You know what I'm saying? The white man has it good, man. This is what the ISUPK came and teaching about. But read me that, Mawasa.
Karawankan, Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
16,
Oh, sorry, 6.
go to 15, Babakasha.
15. Deuteronomy 7 verse 15. And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of these evil disease for of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee.
So we can see today, man, all the diseases, COVID, monkeypox, that's going on in these other nations, man. You know what I'm saying? When we keep our laws, statutes, and commandments, it ain't gonna come on us, read on.
Verse 16. And thou shalt consume all the people which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee.
So it's already prophesied because today's modern day Egypt, that was ancient Egypt, but today's modern day Egypt, and this is a prophecy, man, that it happened back then, but it's going to happen again. That all those that we were delivered to, unpocket the British Empire today. Them people are gonna be consumed, man. Cause we were delivered to them. We got put on. They took us as captives on slave ships and made us slaves for 400 years, man.
That's right.
So we were delivered to them, and the Most High is gonna consume them, man. It's gonna happen. These oppressors are gonna be consumed, just like Queen Elizabeth. She got consumed, man. And that's of the Lord, man. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know why our people are trying to mourn no Queen Elizabeth, man. After our people were delivered into her hands, man. Read on. Read.
Kravankan. Thine eye shall have no pity upon them, neither
I,
shalt thou serve their gods.
and I what?
Thine eye shall have no pity upon them.
I shall have no pity upon them, man. We should not be pitying the death of Queen Elizabeth, man. We shouldn't be having no pity upon our oppressor who we was delivered to in slavery, man. None of our oppressors, when they die, we shouldn't have no pity upon them. We shouldn't be mourning them, man. Read on.
Kravankan. Neither shalt thou serve their gods,
We
for
shouldn't
that will be a snare upon thee.
We shouldn't be up in the Christian church, man. We shouldn't be in the Islam mosque, man. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be serving their gods, man. We shouldn't be in Egyptology, man. Serving their gods. Read on.
Verse 17. Thou shalt say in thine heart,
Now
These,
read the end of the last chapter. Last script.
okay, Kravankan, for that will be a snare unto thee.
That will be a snare unto thee. So when we're having pity upon our oppressors, when we're in their religions, Christianity, you know what I mean, Islam, you know what I mean, Egyptology, Baptist. I'm saying that would be a snare unto thee, man. That's why we're at the bottom of society today. That's why we're suffering as a people today, man. Because we want to pity the oppressor, man. Forget the oppressor, man. The oppressor's a damn liar, man. Talking about your British and your royalty in England, man. You don't even come from England. You know what I'm saying? But you got that. You got the next article.
I got the next one.
Yeah, go on.
All right, share this. This is a good one. All right, so this is from the Guardian .com. It reads, "What are the British monarchs' historical links to slavery?" So, this one right here is letting you know that even in the transatlantic slave trade, the same queen that everyone loves, and what were they saying on the interviews. She was a lovely person, a nice woman. Well, this same family has links to one of the most evil acts known to mankind.
Right.
You know, the transatlantic slave trade, that's taught all over the earth. In every country in history class, they teach about it because that's how horrific it was. And there's a royal family that had links to it. There's a family that everyone looks up to and loves and calls them the people of dignity. And they had a role in it, man.
Mhm.
And Mosar, you can see it from here, or the,
You need to enlarge it. It has a pure pixels.
all right. If you can't, I'll read it from this end. If anything, just let me know.
Um,
Any better or nah?
No, the top
Okay,
part is okay, but the small lines are just pixels.
I,
Pixels.
I got you. Ain't no sweat then. I'll just get from this end. So, all right. While it is difficult to say much about the royal family's wealth, is owed to the slave trade.
over to the slave trade, man. Listen, man. This is what the ISUPK have been teaching. These damn oppressors, this so-called royal family, the monarchy, have direct links to slavery. They benefited directly off of the rape, rob, and lynching of our people, man. They benefited off our ancestors providing that free labor and picking sugarcane and picking cotton and them. They benefited off that, man. And their wealth comes directly from black people's slavery, man. The slavery that your forefathers went through, that's in that money's in the royal family's pockets, man.
That's right.
That's what the article is saying. Read on.
That's right. Slave trade. The past links date back to the 16th century. All right. Protests have taken place during the Duke and the Duchess of Cambridge's Caribbean tour, with the royal family accused of having historically benefited from the slave trade and the British Empire.
See, these ain't nice people, man. These people directly benefited off of the catastrophic things that happened to your ancestors, to black people's ancestors in the Caribbean, man. These aren't no nice people, man. When you're sitting up there and you're looking at some old white lady and she's in a hat and you're like, oh, that's somebody's nan.
And that wave.
And that wave there as well. When you're seeing the old carny lady on the screen, yeah, you're thinking, oh, what a sweet and innocent woman. She's not sweet and innocent at all. That woman has put your people in slavery, man.
That's
that
right.
woman is benefited off of the catastrophic things that happened to your forefathers, man.
That's right.
And these people still refuse to acknowledge it or take any responsibility for it, man. What happened when what her name, Kate and William?
Yeah.
William and Kate went to Jamaica and then a protest asking for reparations and them things there. You think they did anything about it? They just left Jamaica, man. You know what I mean? Without acknowledging what the Jamaicans were trying to say, man, what black people are trying to say, man. These ain't a good people, man. They just want to stay rich while your people go through all them or remain at the bottom of society, basically.
That's right.
Yeah, go on.
No, and it shows how evil they are. Imagine this: you come off a plane, you see Jamaica, and it's poor, and your family is the reason why the people of Jamaica are poor, and all they're saying is to want an apology, and you don't even have the air in your lungs to say sorry. Like even that's too much for you. And as you go to Jamaica, you go to your fancy hotel, and you don't feel no way about what you've done. It shows how evil they can be, man. That's right.
And Marisol, get me Deuteronomy 32 and verse 7. I got more than that.
Yeah, lots.
Yeah, man, we got more on the article. Let me just get your scripture, man, because whenever we talk about slavery up in the ISUPK, yeah, or what our people went through, people turn around and say, oh, yeah, but that's in the past. It's not happening today. Let's see what the Bible says about it, man. Read.
Karawan Khan. Deuteronomy 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations.
Remember what?
The days of old.
So we have to remember the days of old, man, and consider the years of many generations, man. We need to consider the suffering that our forefathers went through, man.
That's right.
We need to understand the suffering that these oppressors are benefiting of concerning our people, man.
Right.
We need to remember that, man. There ain't no forgetting it, man. The reason we're at the bottom of society today is a direct result of what they did to our forefathers, man.
That's right.
Them putting them on slave ships, them benefiting off the free slave labor that our forefathers free, is the reason we don't have nothing today. We don't own nothing today. Nothing was passed down to us, man, because our forefathers didn't have anything to pass down to us, man.
That's right.
Except for them shacks in Jamaica, man. But they had palaces to pass down to their forefathers,
Right.
to their kids, man. Why? Because our forefathers' free slave labor was paying for that, man. And that's what the ISUPK is teaching you, man. That's why you have to watch the history class, man. You have to know about your history.
That's right.
Carry on.
Karawan Khan. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee, man. You see, we're not long coming out of slavery, man. So we can't ask our fathers, because our fathers were destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. We're seeing the ISUPK now. We're gonna teach our sons our history, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're gonna be able to ask their fathers, and we're gonna show them who they are according to the Bible, man. Their true culture, their true heritage, that they're the Israelites, and they're not to trust their oppressor, man.
That's right.
These Christians in the Christian church don't know this, man. Cause they don't know their history, man. They're not teaching their history, they're acknowledging the days of old. So okay, we carry on with the article.
I got it.
It don't make no sense why you would want to forget what happened to you people, man.
Okay. So now, but what exactly are the monarchy's historical links to slavery? The royal family links date back to the 16th century. In 1562, John Hawkins was the first known English person to include enslaved Africans in his cargo, a journey that was approved by Elizabeth I.
Elizabeth I gave the okay, man, to go and enslave Africans, but our forefathers, because they weren't Africans on that western shores, man. That was our people who migrated from Israel, man. And the so-called royal family gave the okay, man. Gave permission to put our people in slavery, man.
That's right.
Really?
Approved by Elizabeth I, these enslaved Africans were traded for goods, including ginger and sugar. In 1546, Hawkins arranged a voyage for which Elizabeth I funded a vessel.
You see, this nice royal family that you are talking about funded slavery, man. Could you read that last bit again?
Absolutely, brother. Right. These enslaved Africans were traded for goods, including ginger and sugar. In 1564, Hawkins arranged another voyage for which Elizabeth I funded a vessel.
That's what I'm saying. So she funded a vessel for them to go back for more slaves, man. What does that scripture says, man? The thieves came by day and robbers by night, man.
Obadiah.
Would it not leave a few grapes, man? What did it? These oppressors will never have enough, man. They want everything. You know what I mean? That sent vessels back there for more, man. They didn't have enough slaves. They didn't trade enough slaves for ginger. They didn't trade enough slaves for whatever they were trading them for. You know what I mean? How is a human life worth ginger, man? What kind of foolishness is that, man?
That's right.
And that's the kind of wickedness and atrocities that they put our people through, man. This nice royal family that you're mourning over old cranny woman for, man. Is anyone that?
Yep. In 1660, the Royal African Company was established by the Duke of York.
So read that last bit again.
In 1660, the Royal African Company was established by the Duke of York.
Yeah, man. So this is the start of the transatlantic slave trade, man. This is the start of when they started mass taking slaves. They made a company. That could start going fetching our people from the western shores of Africa, man, and putting them on slave plantations, man. And this is the royal family at the start of that. This is the royal family giving the okay to put our people in slavery, man. They are some of the main perpetrators of why we went through slavery, man. This is what you're reading there, read on.
Who later became James II, with involvement from his brother Charles II.
So, some of the main culprits are from the royal family, man. The main these are these the descendants of are these related to the modern royal family?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, man. So you see, this royal family was putting our people in slavery, man.
Also, the Royal African Company was prolific within the slave trade, so that the company was big in slave trade.
That was a big company in the slave trade, then, man. With the royal family, you know, who established it? They established it.
They established it,
They
yeah.
established one of the biggest companies in the transatlantic slave trade, man. So I don't know how you're sitting up here as a black man loving the royal family, man. Hispanic or Native American Indian.
If I could, I'd like one example. One time, Frank Bruno, you know what I mean? It come to his attention that, that like the royal family was involved in some like racism, something, and he goes, "I'm sorry, but that's my queen. I'm English, and this is my queen." And look, like while you're fighting for her, historically, her family's never fought for you, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's sad, man. But according to Slave Voyages website, between 1672 and 1731, the Royal African Company transported more than 187,000 slaves from Africa to English colonies in North, Central, and South America.
North, Central, and South America, you know. So you see, some of the slaves that went to North, Central, and South America, it was the royal family who put them there, man. It was the royal family who put them on slave ships and dispersed them over there, man. Some people don't know this, man. Some of them kings in America are sitting there like, oh, royal family. They must be nice over there sipping tea, man. You know, man.
That's not the case.
There was all up over there in America as well, man. Enslaving your people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not just us suffering over here complaining about the royal family, man. The royal family are wicked people, man. And they had a hand in the world's biggest atrocity to be committed on the planet, man.
That's right.
The transatlantic slave trade was no joke, man. Read on.
Many of the enslaved Africans transported by the Royal African Company were branded DY, standing for Duke of York.
That's what I'm saying, man. So the Duke of York was stamping the slaves, man, so that people could know, yo, it's his property. It's how wicked these people are. They're just a wicked group of people, man. Yeah, I mean, that's what the scripture says. Esau is the border of wickedness, man. Their nation, yo, they're a wicked, man. They're a wicked group of people, man.
That's right.
Read.
Let's get another fact. So now, between 1690 and 1807, an estimated 6 million. You're coming through
Okay. Can you read that last bit again?
yeah. So okay. Between 1690 and 1807, an estimated 6 million enslaved Africans were transported from West Africa to the Americas on a British or Anglo-American ships. So this part here is heavy, man, showing you that a lot of the slaves that were transported, they were on royal family finance ships. So 6 million of them, you know what I mean? The ships were either a British or Anglo-American, meaning the ships were in America, but they was of a British origin. And like the royal family is behind shipping 6 million Israelites, man, to the Western Hemisphere.
That's what I'm saying, man. The royal family played a big part in the atrocities that happened to our people, man. They're behind some wicked deeds, man. Mawasa,
Khan.
get me Jeremiah 49 and verse 9. So you see, they couldn't just get a few slaves. They couldn't just get two boats. Nah, man, they wanted to empty out the place, man. They made companies. They made boats for that specific purpose of transporting slaves, man. You know, like they make ships that transport cargo today, make ships that transport, fish or items or clothing. They made ships that were specifically made to transport slaves, man. Black slaves, your forefathers, man. Made companies to transport them, man. They're a wicked group of people. Read that.
Khan. Jeremiah 49, verse 9. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some? Gathering gleaming grapes, if thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough.
So if a grape gatherer came, would they not leave some grapes on the floor? Would they not gather the grapes and the ones that fall on the floor, then they just leave them? It's a rhetorical question, and it says, if these came
The best master praise I've ever had.
Really sucks you in, doesn't it? It's like you are in the 1600s. Like,
it said, if thieves came by night, if an average thief came, would he not destroy it till he had enough, man? It's a rhetorical question as well, man. Read on.
If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough.
Read on.
Verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
Right, man. Esau can't hide himself, man. He's identified through the wicked deeds that he does, man. He robs, he steals until there's nothing left, man. That's how we're able to identify who Esau is. He's uncovered in the secret places, man. And he shall not hide himself. So, like, yeah. Read on.
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not.
He is not, man. When they went and stole our forefathers, put them on cargo slave ships, They benefited off that, man. It made them rich, man. So he was not spoiled, man. So like, yeah, what you got?
Some more slavery or the diamond like that. That's from India.
Do some more of this.
Two. All right. The slave trade was protected by the royal family and parliament. All right. It is difficult to estimate just how much of the current royal family's wealth is owed to slavery, but it is understood that profits of the slave trade funded the treasury as well as Britain's industries, buildings, railways, and road parks.
Right. So Britain was built basically off slavery, man.
That's right.
It was built off the back of our forefathers suffering, man. Our forefathers picking sugar cane. That is what funded England's railways, man. It funded their infrastructure, man. England is built off the black people's slavery, man. You know what I'm saying? Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so like there's many people that love England and they love the wealth, but they don't acknowledge where the wealth comes from. That it's off the back of our ancestors. All these industries that people like. You know what I mean? So, absolutely, man. A lot of people are unaware of the origin of this wealth.
Then more.
Yeah, according to sorry. Okay, according to Professor Corinne Fowler, an academic at the University of Leicester who specializes in Britain's colonial legacies, the royal family has an opportunity to show leadership by acknowledging its involvement, making a formal apology, and asking openly and humbly what the family can do to begin to repair the damage. And the first step to moving on might be to decide that the Queen should no longer be ceremonial head of state.
Right. So they were trying to dictate whether the Queen should be a head of state.
Yeah, kind of.
These atrocities.
Yeah, because obviously, like what they've been involved in is embarrassing. This is a family that uphold dignity, morality, and the truth is, look what they've been involved in. So what they're saying is, damn near, well, why? Why have her as head of state when look what It's a shame. Really, she should stand.
She should stand down, man. She should definitely stand down. You know what I mean? They shouldn't have been up there anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, we know. This is what we've been saying, man. ISUPK been saying, man. Our oppressors hate us, man.
1 second, if you rock this guy's answer call.
Alright, yeah, our oppressors hate us, man.
I'll say how watching how chat.
They've never cared about black people. They've never cared about their suffering. Never cared about, what we went through as a people.
Just under the horn.
So like, yeah. What scripture did you have, Malasar?
Jeremiah 49, verse 9.
Get
Read
me,
read down to 10 now.
so okay, get me
Okay.
Job chapter 8 and verse 22.
Or like I said, like, it's on the right hand side by the Zondervan Bible dictionary. I cancel, kind of not cancel,
Job chapter 8 and verse 22.
kind of not cancel.
Come. The book of Job 8, verse 22. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame.
They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, man. That royal family shall be clothed with shame, man. When people realize what they actually did, where their riches come from, where their wealth has come from, man. The ISUPK are revealing them, you understand, revealing their history and the wicked deeds and wicked acts that they have done, man. How can they be, royal family? How can there be leadership in this country when their whole riches were established off a whole people's downfall, man? Their whole riches were established off putting a whole people in slavery for 400 years, man.
That might is around once.
That is making them that is exposing them, man, and making them shame, man. But the true shame is gonna come when Jesus comes, man. When Jesus comes back and takes them out of power, man, and puts us in power, they're gonna be truly shameful then, man. So look, yeah, get me
Do you want me to finish
uh
the other verse?
that one.
Okay.
Get me Isaiah chapter 14. So look, yeah, oi, Captain. Somebody's trying to get in the door.
Kind of not cancel.
Alright, get me Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 23.
Isaiah 49, 23. Isaiah 49. The book of Isaiah 49, verse 23. And king shall be thy nursing father, and their queen thy nursing mother.
So just like we was looking after their people in slavery, our prominent ones are looking after their people in slavery. Their prominent ones was looking after our people in slavery, man. Just like it was nice
On
and
the
this Queen Elizabeth
yeah,
will be in subjection in our kingdom, man. And this King Charles, King Philip, you know what I'm saying? They're all going into slavery as well, man. They're looking after our people, being our nursing fathers and our nursing mothers in the kingdom, man. For the atrocities that they have committed on our people. Read
I'm going to get the other
Karawan Khan.
Yeah,
They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet.
They're going to be bowing down to us, man, and kissing our boots in the kingdom.
that one,
You know what I'm saying? It's like we want to bow down to them and acknowledge them as king and queen. That's what they're going to be doing to us in the kingdom, man. They're going to be no Queen Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? All the atrocities they put our forefathers through, that is going to happen to them, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't get away with putting the children of the Lord into slavery and just walk about like it's pushed and live up there, live a lavish life, man. That ain't how it works. Get me Revelation 13 and verse 10. It's not how it works, man. We're not gonna make our people pick sugar cane, you know what I mean? Pick cotton, working at intense heat for free for over 400 years. and just get away with it, man. That's not what the Lord of this Bible wants, man. That's not the spirit of the Lord in this Bible. Read.
Come on, come on. The book of Revelation 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, man. Just like they led our forefathers into captivity on them slave ships, how they funded those boats, how they made companies to put our forefathers in slavery, man, and sell them as stock. Listen, man, they're going into that same slavery, man. They're going into that same captivity, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that to our people, especially the children of the Lord, and walk about like everything's Christmas, like everything's all right, man. It's not gonna work like that. These Queen Elizabeth, when she gets regenerated, man, she's going into slavery, man, and I'm gonna enjoy that slavery. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna enjoy, just like they're living Kushti now in their big palace. I'm gonna be living Kushti in my big palace, man. I'm gonna have big mansions. I'm gonna have big crowns, big gold, big jewels, man. It's like they got jewels, man. Um, so like, yeah. Uh, so like, yeah. Get me Isaiah chapter. So like, yeah. Isaiah 16 verse 11. Our forefathers suffered at the hands of the royal family, man. Our forefathers suffered at the hands of the monarchy, man. British monarchy.
The book of Isaiah 60, verse 11. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night.
Right,
That
our gates in the kingdom, our gates are gonna be open continually, man. We won't have to shut them nor day nor night, man. Read
that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles,
that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, man. The other nations, their forces are gonna be brought unto us, man. In the kingdom, read.
and that their kings may be brought.
Their kings may be brought, man. You see, just like our forefathers were brought in the transatlantic slave trade, our forefathers were taken as stock and taken on those slave ships as and treated like merchandise. That's how we're gonna be treating them, man, in the kingdom. Read.
Verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Right, man. So Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, the royal family don't want to serve us in the kingdom. What's gonna happen to them? Now what's
For
up?
the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
They're gonna perish, man. They won't have no choice but to serve us in the kingdom, man, just like we serve them. And done them a service, man. The Queen didn't do us no service, man. We did them a service. That's right. You know what I'm saying? We did them a service. We picked the sugar cane and we did 400 years of free labor for them, man. Our people are all the service, man. We got any more on that? Yeah.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Yeah, they'll be utterly wasted if they don't want to serve us in the kingdom. Yeah, is that the time?
Got the one next to you. Which one? Yeah. So this is some more. Let's go. No, do that. Okay. So this one is Kohinoor. Why crown jewel is trending in India after Queen Elizabeth's second loss of life.
So, like, what the jewel? Yeah, man. So that's the jewel that she stole from India, man. That's trending now. You see why? Cause you see the Indians remember how Queen Elizabeth stole from them. No? You see when other nations have atrocities done to them, have bad things done to them, they don't forget it, man. And as you can see, now that Queen Elizabeth died, they're remembering when their jewels got stolen, man. The Queen Elizabeth went up in India and stole their diamond, man. You know what I mean? The one that you can see on the screen. So look here, you have any pictures on that? Captured there.
Yeah, like you see that there, that's an expensive diamond, and she wears that and it come from another race of people.
Yeah, man, the Queen of England's a thief, man. Them Indians ain't mourning about no Queen Elizabeth, man. Because she thieved them jewels. She stole their things, man. And neither should black people, man. Black people shouldn't be mourning over no Queen Elizabeth dying, man. She robbed our forefathers, you know what I'm saying? Benefited of slavery, man. Refused to give back all that money that they accumulated in slavery, man. They refused to give that back, man. So does William, so does Kate, so does Prince Philip, Prince Charles, you know what I mean? None of them want to give back that wealth, man, that is owed to our people, man. Just like they refuse to give back that diamond, man. Everybody's walking around talking about Queen Elizabeth was a nice person. She done England a great service. You know what I'm saying? Like she's sweet and innocent, man. Queen Elizabeth is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. Queen Elizabeth is a devil, man. How how dare you be black, Hispanic or Native American Indian and mourn the death of this thief, man? How dare you be black, Hispanic and Native American Indian and acknowledge this woman as a queen, man? This woman is filth, man. You know what I mean? It's not very womanly. It's not very queen-like to just walk up in people's country and start taking things, man. You know what I mean? That's why the scripture calls them dogs, man. They can't control themselves. Can you read the article from there, Mawasa?
There's no article up,
I don't have to wait for Captain to come back. Go back into Isaiah 60 and read from 14.
14. Isaiah 60, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
So the sons of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, man. You see the descendants of Queen Elizabeth, they're gonna be put into slavery as well, man. That's right. For the wickedness that their nation has done unto us. So our people, man. They're gonna come bending on the Yeah, man, they're gonna come bending onto the. Actually, I'm gonna end up boxing over. Yeah, man. Queen Elizabeth is the devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
You understand? How dare she go up into people's country and start stealing things? And you mourn her death, man. You can't love your own people, yeah, and mourn the death of this damn beast, man. Because you're not thinking about what the atrocities your forefathers have been through, man. These Indians don't mourn no Queen Elizabeth, man. Cause she tea from their people. What else you got in the article? Or whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
That's it.
So
That's
look
it.
here, I'm also a reader.
Karawan Khan. And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the sole of thy feet.
All of these damn oppressors, man. The royal family, man. The British, the white British citizens, man. They're gonna bow down to thee, man. They're gonna bow down, man. They're gonna serve us, man. Just like we were serving them in slavery, man. Read on.
Karawan Khan. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
They're gonna know that we're the city of the Lord, man. They're gonna know we are the Holy One of Israel, man. They're gonna know you can't just mess with the children of the Lord and get away with it.
Right.
What the ISUPK has been prophesying since 1969, man. It's gonna be a time that we have Queen Elizabeth in slavery, man. We're gonna have her in the slavery that our forefathers went through, man, and that is righteous according to the Bible, man. When we go into the history of these damn oppressors, we realize there ain't nothing nice about them, man. There ain't nothing sweet about them. There ain't nothing cute. Nothing cute about no Queen Elizabeth, man. Queen Elizabeth is a devil, man. Queen Elizabeth is a dog. I don't you ever mourn her death, man. Because she's done wickedness to your forefathers.
Right.
She's done wickedness to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man.
That's right.
Your forefathers will be turning in their graves, man. If they ever saw you mourning the death of Queen Elizabeth, man, that family there, we should have no dealings with them, man. We should not pity their oppressor, man. It's like the Most High destroyed Egypt and Pharaoh. It's going to destroy the royal family, man. It's going to destroy their oppressors, man. What they've done to our people. Don't you dare mourn the death of no damn dog, man. So, okay, keep reading.
Karawan Khan. Verse 15. Whereas thou art been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I
So
will
we
make thee
was
an
forsaken and
eternal.
hated, man. We was forgotten and hated, man. When they had us on slave ships, when they was selling us as merchandise, we was forgotten and hated, man. And we still are today, man. All these nations hate us, man. They don't acknowledge us as the children of the Lord, man. They don't acknowledge us as the true Israelites, the true Jews that the Bible speaks of, man. But read on.
So that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a
The
joy
Lord is
of
gonna
many generations.
make us eternal excellence, man.
That's right.
We're gonna be more excellent than Queen Elizabeth, man. We're gonna be more excellent than the royal family, man. You're gonna see true excellence when we're put back on our throne, man. You see, you're looking at the royal family now like they're excellent, man. You ain't seen excellent yet, man. When you see me and my good God, you know what I mean, and my jewels and my palace, you're gonna know excellence then, you know.
That's right.
Trust me, I'm gonna show you why. You see, them oppressors don't make the royal family look good, man. You see me when you see me in my crime, you're gonna see me looking good, man. Trust me. Read on.
Come on, come on. Verse 16, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the priest, shall suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord,
We're
am
gonna
thy.
milk, we're gonna milk the Gentiles dry, man. We're gonna take all their resources, man.
Right.
We're gonna rob from them, man. That's our stuff anyway. But we're gonna rob from them, man. We're gonna suck them dry, just like the sucked our people dry, man. And they went back for more. You see how they was sending slave ships back to Africa for our people. We're gonna be sending, we're gonna be sending ships. We're gonna be sending lorries. You know what I mean? Generate has got the lorry company. You're gonna be sending the lorries for them.
That's
man.
right.
Trust me, man. Filling up our cargo with their things, man. Trust me. I read that.
And thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the
Then
mighty
you
one of Jacob.
then you're gonna know the black God of Israel is our Savior and the Redeemer, man. Not no white God in Christianity, not no Arab God in the Islam mosque, not no Egyptology God, man. The God of this Bible is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. And He's gonna redeem you out of this atrocity and lower state that you're in. Read on.
Verse 17, for brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver.
Yeah, man, for brass I will bring, man. Just like she went up in India and took that diamond, man. We're gonna be up in England taking all their gold and jewelry, man. We're gonna be in India taking their jewelry too, man. Don't think it's just the Queen, you know. You're gonna
That's
see
true.
me up in India taking your stuff, man.
That shall be a righteous looting.
That's gonna be righteous looting, trust me, Marissa.
That's right.
We're not playing, you know. We're taking everything. Read on. Yeah, read on.
Right, let's move on for you.
And for wood, brass, and for stone, iron, I will also make thy officers peace and thine exactors righteousness.
Come on, we're taking all their precious metals, their ferrous metals, you know what I mean? We're gonna be making strong buildings, strong car, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be righteous, man, trust me. What you got there, Captain?
Right. So back to the diamond again. How so it's going to break it down what this diamond is all about. So it reads: within hours of Buckingham Palace announcement of the loss of life of Queen Elizabeth II, tens of thousands of tweets regard to the crown jewels had the time a period Kohinoor trending in India. Many of the tweets utilizing the time a period together with dozens of responses to Prime Minister Narendra Modi attributed to the late Queen, known as upon Britain to return the Kohinoor diamond.
You see now? India wants their diamond back, man. India wants their diamond back, man. They ain't forgot about that diamond, man. Their forefathers teach them what happened to their people, man.
That's right.
Their forefathers taught them how the Queen stole their diamond, man. And their prime minister's asking for it back. You know what I mean? I don't know why he's waiting till now, like he's gonna get the diamond back. You know, say no Edomite ain't returning that diamond.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you see how they want things back, and when we ask for our, you know, when we ask for our little reparations, you think they acknowledge that? They don't acknowledge that, man. Our people are sitting up in the Christian church talking about forgive and forget, man. Do these Indians look like they forgot anything? And that's why we're destroyed as a people, man. 'Cause our people are docile, man. Our people want to forgive and forget the biggest atrocities that could ever happen on this earth, man. And it happened to their people. These Indian people don't forget their diamond, though. They're asking for it back. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, now and white is heavy, not trying to teach your class, but no, like imagine this: we don't have a land. We were enslaved. The Indians were enslaved also. You know what I mean? They were part under the British Empire. They have a land, and they want all of it back, even a diamond. They got their land. They got their own military. But the fact that diamond belongs to them, they want that back. Meaning everything that is there, they want this.
Yeah, and it's right for them to want their stuff back. And it's right for us to want our stuff back too, man. You know what I mean? You shouldn't forget those things, man. You shouldn't let people get away with thievery and robbery, man. All this turn over cheat, man. That's not gonna work for our people, man. All us forgiving these nations isn't gonna work for our people, man. We need to go into the history and realize that these oppressors are the devil the Bible speaks of, man. And there's nothing that's gonna change about them. You got more of that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and many of the tweets utilizing the time a period together in dozens of responses to Prime Minister, like Kohinoor, additionally spelled Koh-i-Noor, is a 105 carat gemstone, which suggests mountain of light in Persia. The stone is about within the crown of the Queen Mother, which is on show within the Tower of London.
So you see now, that diamond now is on show in the Tower of London, man. They even got fancy name for the stone. But you see, when we get that stone, it's just gonna be the red stone. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna be calling it no fancy name, man. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be the stone, man. But you see, they don't forget their stuff, man. They want their stuff back. And we should want our stuff back, man. We should be asking for every penny of free slave labor that our forefathers given, man. We should be asking for that back, man.
You get as well. You know, they call it Kohinoor. We're black. We just say it's nothing, man. It's nothing. It's just a career, you know.
It's just one piece of diamond. That's it. There's nothing fancy about it. So, okay, go on.
The diamond has been the center of political and authorized controversy in India amid disputes over its possession.
Right, so they're having conversations and arguments over whether it should be in the British's hands, man. And rightfully so, man. They should want what got robbed from them, man. They should want what got taken from them, man. Forcefully, man. And so should our people, man. Our people have a valid complaint when it comes to our people being put through 400 years of slavery, man. Our people got put on cargo slave ships, man, and nothing was given back to us, man. You know what I mean? You see how these other nations think in comparison to us. That just shows how destroyed we are as a people, man. That just shows how much of a lower state our people are in when we don't want to ask back for nothing but the other nations. They ask back for everything, man. They know when wrong has been done to them, man. But our people don't. Because Christianity has fooled up our heads, man. So,
Yeah, of possession with claims not simply from India, however, Pakistan as a properly. It says some extent of rivalry in relation between India and the UK as a result of many Indians consider the diamond present in India within the 14th century was stolen through the colonial regime.
exactly, man. So their diamond got stolen through the colonial regime, man. They got their thing stolen, man. The queen is a thief, man. The royal family is a thief, man. So, okay.
The diamond in truth by the weight of the palms of many rulers, together with the Rajputs, Mughal princes, Iranian warriors, Afghan rulers, and Punjabi Maharajas, earlier than it ended up within the British crown jewels.
So it went through all them people, man, and then it ended up in the Queen's crown, man. Yeah, I mean, they know exactly where it went through, man. And more.
Okay, so according to the UK Royal Palace, the Kohinoor was unearthed from the Golconda mines in central southern India earlier than it was handed to the British monarchy in 1849.
Okay, so what the British are saying now and then is that they didn't steal it, but they found it in the mines, man. And they're making up lies, man, which is what the oppressor does, which is what the oppressor is best at, man. You know what I'm saying? But you found it. How does something like that?
Nice diamond in the mine, like, ooh.
How was a nice piece of diamond like that just end up in the mine, man? You know what I mean? It don't make no sense. I'm sure it's got patterns on it and everything in it. It's got special patterns on it, man. How does that diamond that come from a special diamond in India and just end up randomly in the mine, man? It don't make no sense.
It grew to become a part of the crown jewels of Queen Victoria, together with a whole lot of different gemstones, which might be mentioned to have the incalculable cultural, historical, and symbolic worth and stay a part of the royal assortment.
Oh, so what they're saying, how they found all those gemstones then? Nah, man, they stole them all, man. We've got a thief, man. You know what I mean? How did all these gemstones? How did Britain don't even have no gems, man? You know what I mean? So where did you go and find these gems, man? You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense, man. You know, come on, Kat.
It is laden with 2,800 diamonds.
So our crown's got 2,800 diamonds, man. I wonder where she got those diamonds from.
Set into its platinum body.
A platinum piece on the crown as well.
Yeah, the band includes alternating clusters of diamonds, crosses, and rectangles, bordered by single rows of brilliant cut diamonds.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's got everything in that crown stolen, man. You know what I mean? It's got all sorts of fancy precious stones, metals, diamonds in there, man. But you see what? That crown's gonna be in our hands when Christ comes back. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? That crown, all them diamonds and precious stones, they're gonna belong to us. No, no.
Yet, some consider in folklore that the Kohinoor carries a curse on its account of its 750-year bloodstained historical past of homicide. Okay, so the journey of the Kohinoor from India to England, it should come back to its origin. The least UK can do towards the centuries of exploitation, oppression, racism, slavery inflicted on people of India subcontinent.
Yeah, man. So they're saying, all them diamonds getting stolen from India, and that is racism, man. So if that's racism, what do you call 400 years of slavery, man?
That's right.
Rape, rob, and murder. When they put us on slave ships, man, what do you call that, man? That was racist. That was racist. How is that being called racist? And what happened to our people was 100 times worse, man. When we got thrown off slave ships, you know what I mean? Pregnant women had their babies ripped out of their bellies. You know what I'm saying? Our kids got fed to crocodiles. That was racist, man. But our people seem to have forgotten about that. Our people seem to want to mourn the queen, man, mourn their oppressor, man. And this is why our people are destroyed and not articles. Our people are destroyed, man. And the Bible does mention it, man. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man.
That's right.
We don't want to go into the Bible and do our true history and learn about who we are. We rather learn about our history from the oppressor, man. We rather learn about the royal family from the oppressor, man. The royal family don't want to teach you that they're German, though. They don't want to teach you that their name ain't really Windsor, man. They don't want to teach you what they did to your people, man. But we'll teach you in the ISUPK, though.
That's right.
We will teach you in the ISUPK. We've been teaching it since 1969, man. There we go.
All right. Did Queen Elizabeth II own stolen diamond named Great Star of Africa?
Yes.
That's right.
That is a rhetorical question. Of course.
So we looked for the truth behind a claim involving Queen Elizabeth II and what is believed to be the largest diamond of its kind in the world. So it's another diamond.
See now, you're just taking up diamonds from everywhere, you know. Where's she find Africa?
Yeah.
Well, you sound like you got some information on that.
We're gonna read it. Alright. So on the morning of Queen Elizabeth II's death at the age of 96, before the news was made public, the Twitter account Africa Archives tweeted, Queen Elizabeth II owns the largest clear-cut diamond in the world, known as the Great Star of Africa. The 530 carat gem was mined in South Africa back in 1905.
In 1905. So what they found it in 1905 in the mine. You see now. Is that a lie as well?
No, that one's true. They colonized them, so they made slaves work.
Okay. Yeah, so they made slaves work in the mines, man, and find that diamond. See, Queen Elizabeth, she's a greedy person, man.
Right.
She couldn't just settle with one diamond. She couldn't just settle with the diamonds that she had in her crown. You know what I mean? She went to Africa and got more diamonds, man. You know what I'm saying? She's just not. She ain't no good person, man. She's evil, man. Just all up going around the country thieving things, man. Putting people in slavery to find them jewels, man. She's an evil person, man. She's a wicked witch, man. You know what I mean? She's a devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
Her and her whole family, man. Read that, yeah.
It was stolen from South Africa. It has an estimation of $400 million.
$400 million, man. The royal family ain't suffering, man. They're living cush, man. They're living good $400 million on jewels. You know what I mean? What else have they got? You know what I mean? Imagine all of their jewelry worth, man. You know what I'm saying? They have got big wealth, man. And for what? Just because they're oppressive, man. Just because they're white, man. They get to sit up on the throne and claim that they're the royal family of England, man. But they don't even come from England, they come from Germany.
That's right.
Come on.
Yep. The rumor then continued in a second tweet that said, the British claim that it was given to them as a symbol of a friendship.
It was not given to them as a symbol of friendship, man. They put people in slavery so they could mine them, what the fuck, caves.
Mm-hmm.
so they could mine them caves, man, and find them diamonds for them. You see, the English have a bad habit of making up lies, man, of how they acquired all this wealth, these jewels, diamonds, man. They always want to make the story seem sweet, man. They want to sweeten up the story so that you don't know the truth. They want to sweeten it up and make sure that the story comes to everybody and makes them look all innocent, man.
That's right.
Who's just gonna be handing over diamonds to these people?
That's right.
Are we gonna use our brain? Who just feels to just get up, wake up in the morning, and give these people diamonds, man? It would be nice, eh? It would be they'd be lucky, but that ain't how things go, man. You see, these white people, yeah, have a they make up story that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? And when we go into the history, we realize, oh, and these people have been lying all this time, man. They lie about everything, man. Lucky.
I know. Um, so, a symbol of friendship and peace, yet it was during colonialism.
It was during colonialism, man. It's during the time of them colonizing people. How could they have acquired that friendly, man? How could they have acquired that in a nice way, man? They acquired that through oppressing people, man.
Right. The British then replaced the name, the Great Star of Africa, with the chairman of the mine. that, oh, that's evil. That is evil.
I'm saying, man, they're evil people, man. Just took people's things, rename it, you know what I mean? They couldn't even just let the Africans keep the name on there, man. Took the name, renamed it something else.
Okay, so instead of, because I mean, obviously, who knows? The Great Star of Africa shows where it's from. You call it the chairman of the mine, meaning the owner of the mine gave you this diamond. Like, yeah, right. You understand, right?
Yeah, but why is the mine man just gonna give you the diamond, man? The mine man wants to make money, if anything. Look, yeah.
No sweat. In this story, we'll take a look at the facts regarding the history of the diamond, including discovery, purchase, transfer, and controversy. Mm. Okay, so I mean, you can get into the origin of the diamond. Or
Oh, no, I don't want to
no.
go into the diamond. All we know is that the oppressor stole the diamond, man. Like they always do the thief things, man. Yeah, man. Let's get into another article. What scripture you got, Melissa?
That I have Isaiah 60, verse 18.
Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 18. Yeah, go on.
Book of Isaiah 60, verse 18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
So we won't have no more violence in our land, man. Like when they came in 70 AD, the Romans, and slaughtered our people. We won't be able to come up in our land and slaughter our people no more, man. There won't be no violence in our land, either.
Kanamakan. Wasting nor destruction within thy border.
There won't be no wasting, no destruction. No heathen is gonna be able to come up in our land and destroy things, man. Either.
But thou shalt call thy wall salvation and thy gates praise.
But thou shalt call thy word salvation and our gates praise, man. Our land is gonna be a place of peace, man. For our people and the heathen, the other nations, they're gonna be in servitude to our people, man. Bringing our people all manners of resources. All these diamonds that we're reading about in these articles, they're gonna be in our land, man. We're gonna be enjoying them. You know what I'm saying? Read it.
verse 19. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither
Yeah.
for brightness the moon giveth light unto thee.
Go down to 21.
21. Isaiah 16, verse 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous.
All people shall be all righteous, man. We're gonna be all righteous, man. We're gonna have a we'll be living happy, righteous lives, keeping the laws of God in our kingdom, man. Ain't gonna be no black on black crime. Ain't gonna be no selling drugs. Ain't gonna be no smoking weed. You know what I mean? In our kingdom, none of that's gonna happen in our kingdom, man. We're all gonna be righteous in our kingdom. That's yeah. You know, yeah, but
One comes. They shall inherit the land forever.
is the article is written article. But,
All right, so this is from theexpress.co.uk, and it reads: Queen ordered to pay billions in slavery reparations as Jamaica rages at British Empire. So,
you see, the Queen's been ordered to pay reparations, man. You see, the Jamaicans are asking for their money back, man. Their money back for all the free labor that was given to the British Empire, man, for over 400 years in the transatlantic slave trade, man. And rightfully so, man. They should be asking for that back because they deserve every last penny. Oh,
that's right. The Queen has been ordered to pay out billions of pounds by Jamaica after the nation pointed to Britain's role in administering the former slave colony.
there you go, man. So our people are getting a bit of sense, man. They're actually asking for recompense for what these oppressors have done, man. But you think the Queen did anything about it? No. Said no, because she don't have to. She don't have to give back nothing, man. You know what I mean? The Queen's bossy, you know. She just sit up there. She just sit up there and just say, "Yo, I ain't giving them back nothing, man." So I would mourn these people, man. Yeah, really.
A Jamaican politician has said a petition for compensation will be presented to the Queen. The British monarch is officially titled Queen of Jamaica, as the nation is within the British Commonwealth. Jamaica has demanded slavery reparations from the Queen, as she is head of state of the UK.
All right, man. So Jamaica asked for reparations from the Queen, man. Asked for the Queen to pay back all the damage that was done onto black people, man. But she didn't do it though. England didn't give back Jamaicans a penny, man. You know what I'm saying? All and now they're still asking for reparations and they ain't gonna get it, man. That's gonna be way too much money for England. England will be bankrupt, even though they already are bankrupt. They'll be, there would have been nothing here if they gave back reparations, man. That's way too much money. Imagine how much money that would be given back 400 years of slave labor. This country was built up off that slave labor, man. You know what I'm saying?
Jamaican politician Olivia Babsy Grange said she wants to petition Her Majesty for compensation for all the nation's citizens. The Caribbean country's culture minister, Miss Grange, said, "We are especially pleased to announce that we have made further steps in our strides towards seeking reparations, like reparatory justice, for the victims and descendants of the transatlantic slave trade."
You know what? That makes me laugh. Like, I don't know what land she's living in, but For her to think she's getting back reparations for every descendant of slave, she must be having a laugh, man. England can't afford to pay back for this for the atrocities they've put our people through. And furthermore, you couldn't put money on that, man. What is it worth that your forefathers got killed, raped, robbed, and lynched, man? What is it worth, man? What price do you put on that, man? You know what I'm saying? No. Our true recompense is gonna come back when Jesus Christ comes back, man, and puts us back in our land, man, and makes them our slaves, man. Well,
The petition is to be presented to the Queen of the UK and or the government of the UK. The politician added that Jamaica's National Council of Reparations had fully backed the petition, and it had been agreed that the Attorney General's chambers would need to weigh up the merits of the petition in the eventuality of the government of Jamaica's involvement in the petition. So I'll sum it up. So basically, what they're saying is it's a brave move to make, and this could potentially hurt Jamaica from saying, listen, like you were an old son.
Jamaica's already hurting, man. How worse can it get, man? Jamaica's in a bad state, man. You know what I'm saying?
The politician added it would be the responsibility of the Attorney General's chamber to file the petition on behalf of the people of Jamaica. In 2015, David Cameron visited Jamaica and faced calls to pay billions of pounds in slavery reparations. It was only in 2015 that the UK finally paid off the debt owed to slave owning families.
You see that now? So slave owners were paid up until 2015, man. How are you making black people pay the people that enslaved them, man? With their tax dollars, man. How have we've been paying with our tax dollars slave owning families, man. They've been getting paid, man, all up until 2015, man. You see the injustice. Look, the people who were enslaved can't get no money.
That's right.
Let me tell you something, man. This is a wicked kingdom, man.
Right.
And Britain is going down in flames, man. When Jesus Christ comes back, all these people are going to be punished, man. How dare you? You know what I mean? How does a slave owner deserve money, man? That means up until 2015, you're condoning slavery, man. And this is what our people don't know, man. Our people don't know that this country doesn't like them, man. Britain don't like black people, man. Britain endorses slave owners, man. That is pathetic. Because I know that.
It gets better. So debt owed to slave owners whose families demanded compensation for the abolishment of slavery in 1833.
There you go, then. These slave owning families demanded compensation for their slaves that got relinquished, man. That's their slaves that had to be relinquished because of laws. You understand? They got paid for that all up until 2015, man. And this is an abomination, man. You know what I mean? I can't even get my words out. I can't even get my words out, man. So you got any more?
Yeah. So this has led critics of Jamaica's move to claim that British taxpayers have already paid their share of compensation.
So we paid, us as British citizens, us as descendants of these slaves, actually paid for these slave owners to be compensated, man. Up until 2015, we were paying out of our pockets, and that was going into slave owners' families, man. And they want us to forget the past. Did these slave owning families forget the past? No, they didn't, man. They were getting money in their pockets for relinquishing slaves from back in
1833.
1833, man.
Thomas Mace Archer Mills, historian and founder of the British Monarchist Society, speaking to the Daily Star, said, "This is Britain has already paid its share and then some, the price of a freedom for Jamaican slaves."
Oh my goodness! So they're trying to say the tax we was paying is the compensation
For the slave masters. Yeah. So, no, so he's saying that. He's saying.
Break that down.
All right. So now, this man, Thomas Mace Archer Mills, he's saying, listen, man, you're asking for reparation, but Britain has already paid its share and then some, saying, we've done enough for you for the price of freedom for Jamaican slaves. So they're like asking for reparations like England's helped you enough when that's not the case.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting. What have they helped black people do? Exactly, man. It's feisty, man. You know what I mean? And he's going into slavery for that.
That's
He's
right.
getting his back whooped for that.
Right.
About you've done enough for black people, man. You gotta mind your mouth, you know. Trust me. About you've done enough for black people. You go, yo. So like, you don't want that.
Yep. There needs to come a day where individuals, peoples, and nations of today need to take accountability for themselves.
Listen to this feisty, man. About black people need to take accountability for themselves. How about you don't put us in slavery, man? How about you don't make us work for 400 years for free, man? And benefit off it, man. You damn demon, man. How dare you, man? These people do not have no compassion for black people suffering, man. They turn around and say, we've done enough for you. What have we done for black people, man? They haven't done a damn thing for us, man. They haven't done a damn thing.
That's right. Man. Yeah. They need to take accountability for their actions and situations.
We need to take accountability. You need to pay us back what you stole, man.
Right.
You need to give us back everything that you stole and then some, man. But we need to take accountability, man. How are we paying slave oppressors money? How are we paying slave owners up until 2015 and you can't pay us back for all that free labor that was given, man? That means you condone slavery, man. You believe black people should have been in slavery, man. And that's all these oppressors here, man. All these oppressors actually condone slavery, man. They refuse to do anything about the atrocities that black people have been through, man. That is the mindset of what the white British people, man. You know?
Yeah. They need to take accountability for their own actions and situations and stop blaming centuries-old dead people and less savory histories of the past.
Listen to them, man. We need to stop thinking about the past. Why is it every year we have to put a poppy on our garments, man? And remember old fallen soldiers, old fallen white soldiers like that, man. They don't want to forget about the past, but they want black people to forget about the past. How about you go kill yourself, man? So lucky.
I don't think.
It needs to.
No.
Because how about the damn person wants to talk about we need to forget about our past, man? You need to go into slavery, man.
That's right.
Lucky, you don't know that.
Yeah. A document from the British National Archives stated Portugal and Britain were the two most successful slave trading countries.
Yeah, Britain,
Portugal.
Britain and Portugal were the most successful slave trading countries, man. That's why they're so racist in Britain, man. And they paint it like they're not racist, man. When you call them out on their racism, they say, "Oh, I got a black family member, a black this." Try hide it, man. You can't hide your racism, man. It's all in your history, man. Like you don't know.
Yep, Britain was the most dominant between 1640 and 1807 when the British slave trade was abolished.
So yeah, Britain was the biggest slave colony, man. That's why the slavery, that's why the racism so strong over here, man. You know what I mean? Go on.
In total, about 3.1 million people from Africa were transported to British colonies in America and the Caribbean. It is estimated that only 2.7 million people survived the dangerous Middle Passage in the confines of the slave ships across the ocean.
So yeah, man. All this history is detailing the wickedness that the British have put black people through, man. Britain is a very racist country, man. It's founded on racism, funded on racism, you know what I mean? The racism is all up in the veins of Britain, man. They do not like black people, man. And we need to stop killing, man. We need to stop trying to be assimilating with these oppressors, loving their royal family, mourning for their people. That's not for black people, man. Britain don't love black people, man. You know what I'm saying? The royal family don't love you, man. Or your family don't acknowledge you, man. And this is what the ISUPK have been saying since 1969.
That's right.
Listen,
So, yeah, man, listen, man, what Officer Quasar is bringing out is heavy, man. You know what I mean? This history you can find out yourself about how, this place called England, they have a dark and deep history which they'd rather you not to know, man. You know what I mean? And then they got the nerve to say, stop blaming us, that now it's your fault. Like what that monarch said about, listen, man, you know what I mean? Now you gotta accept that it's now your fault when it's not. Jamaica's poor from what England did to it. You know what I mean? And you can't blame them and go, well, it's your fault and you got to let it go when, you know what I mean? You got rich while the people of the island are poor from what happened in the slave trade.
right. Mawasa, get me Psalms 140 and verse 1. Trust me. And ISUPK been preaching. ISUPK been preaching against Britain, man. We've been saying, man, stop trying to look their oppressor, man. Let's find out what our forefathers say about their oppressor, man. You got it, Mawasa.
It's on here.
Sometimes it comes
Okay,
up.
say that again.
Psalms 140 and verse 1.
Psalms what?
140.
140 and verse 1.
140, okay. The book of Psalms 140, verse 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man.
Alright, so this is David, man, singing a song, man. He's asking, you know, to be delivered from the violent and wicked man, man. And today, the violent and wicked man is the royal family, man.
That's right.
We need to be delivered from the royal family, man. We need to be delivered from Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles, you know what I mean? So they put us into slavery over 400 years ago, and we're still in their hands today, man. We need to be delivered from them, reader.
Preserve me from the violent man.
Preserve me from the violent man, man. Because these people are violent, man. They killed our people by the millions, man. Read.
Kind of verse 2. Which imagine mischief in their heart continually.
Which imagine mischief in their heart continually, man. It's continual the hatred they have for black people, man. They continue to hate black people, brutalize us in the streets, you know what I mean? Police brutality, you know what I mean? Keep us at the bottom of society and destroy our economy, man. It's a continual hatred that these people have for our people, you know. You know.
Are they gathered together for war?
Are they gathered together for war, man? They wage war against us continually, man. That was an act of war when they put us on those slave ships. Read that.
Verse 3. They have sharpened their tongue like a serpent.
They sharpen their tongues like a serpent, man. They lie and they speak with their lies, man. You see, today they say, oh, we're not racist. But when they go behind those walls, they're talking like that, man. When you see how the lie, man, you see how they get up on these articles and talk about, oh, how we found the diamond. Somebody gave us the diamond. When the downward teeth the diamond, man,
That's right.
their tongues are sharpened like a serpent, man. You know what I mean? They lie and they lie swift, man. Read.
Other one kind. Others poison is under their lips.
And when they speak, that's like poison, man. That's why we say don't believe nothing they have to say, man. Don't believe their Christianity. But their words are like poison, man. Read.
Verse 4. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked.
Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked, man. We need to be kept out of the hands of these damn oppressors, man. The wicked, man. They only wish to harm our people. Read that.
Other one kind. Preserve me from the violent man, who
Preserve.
have purpose to overthrow my going.
So the royal family are violent, man.
That's right.
They put us in slavery, violently killed our people, violently. Read that.
Verse 5. The proud have hid a snare for me.
So, okay, that's it. Let's wrap up the class, man.
All right, that was a powerful clap. Give officer quite as I hand you on the STP down. All right, now, we are the ISUPK. We are the ISUPK, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means tenth in the Hebrew Ma'ashara. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations is the Feast of Trumpets, which will be on Sunday, the 25th of September, sundown. Or Akim and Aqua, check the bulletin board in the hallway and check all ISUPK social media, so Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and everything that we use. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves, and with that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Mena Vizbera Amadia. Mena Vizbera Amadim Shabbat. Amadia. Barak. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yad Yamatah. Yad Yamatah. Class dismissed.